And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the Mighty 1090 studios with Scott Sherman and John Toon from Snapp Insurance, talking insurance and fishing and all kinds of good stuff. It's always good to get some knowledge from knowledgeable people like these guys that really know what's going on about insurance, because everybody has insurance, everybody needs insurance, and you know, it's a lot of questions about that.
It's the little things that we never think about. I'm the same way. You just know that you need to have insurance on your boat, and you don't think twice about it. But like Scott says, covering your gear and covering your binoculars and going into Mexico, and what if your trailer and what if you're not? And there's so many little things that make up the difference. And what a perfect show to have John and Scott in here this morning, having lots of fun. And we're talking fishing too. If you want to join us this morning, there's 2 ways you can be on Let's Talk Hookup. Again, first with that local phone number. That's 858 area code 457 1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or reach us toll-free line 877-792-1090. Again, 877-792-1090. Not only been talking fishing, talking insurance and travel and all the fun stuff this morning, we've also got a great prize for one lucky caller, and that's a full AFTCO performance package that includes an AFTCO performance shirt, a performance pair of board shorts, that great AFTCO face mask, and also includes a 3-quarter-day trip to go fishing aboard the San Diego, out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, your chance to ride that great San Diego, one of the nicest 3-quarter-day boats in the whole fleet. RSW, great fishing, great time, and you're going to get to go fishing.
Nice package. And I'll tell you what, that AFTCO clothing, being down in the East Cape at our Palmas de Cortez tournament last weekend, that stuff is indispensable.
The best, man.
I mean, the long sleeve AFTCO performance shirt, which is part of this package, and the face mask. I mean, it was hot down there.
Yeah.
There was no wind. It was hot, and you just stay so much cooler by having clothing like that.
Yeah.
It's made for heat and made for sun. That AFTCO clothing is absolutely the best.
It's performance, man. That's what it's for. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's built by guys that fish a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Greg Stotesbury and Bill Shedd and those guys, they fish a lot, so they know what's good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is a full package and includes a 3-quarter-day trip. It's just a really cool one. You're going to come as soon as if you're the lucky winner, Ryan's going to call you up, find out what size you need, and a custom set's going to be sent right to your door. So again, if you want to get your shot at that great package, 858 area code 457 1090 or 877-792-1090.
All right. Hey, I want to remind you that we do have an article on our Palmas de Cortez Fall Spectacular 22nd Annual on the front page of our website, hookup1090.com. Just go to Trips and Travel. You'll see it at the bottom of the front page. And I wrote an article about that great tournament, kind of the results of what happened there. And so many great sponsors of that tournament and so many great gifts that we were able to give away thanks to those fantastic sponsors on there. So check that out. Front page of our website, hookup1090.com. And I want to remind you, too, coming up this Saturday, it's our live broadcast at the Konakai Resort on Shelter Island. That's this Saturday, the 22nd of October from 7 to 9 a.m. We're going to have a lot of special guests. Steve Pinard, the guys from the dock there, Adam, the dock master at Konakai, and, of course, all the guys from the hotel and the resort and everything like that. We have a lot of special guests at this broadcast coming up this Saturday. You can check out the fantastic marina and the fishing and so much more. And get this, everyone in attendance is going to get free breakfast.
How cool is
that?
There
may be no free lunch, but there is free breakfast at our broadcast. And they put it out there.
Yeah,
I'm
it was a
telling
great
you what,
spread.
they put out a great spread at Konakai Resort. Food is fantastic there, by the way, including Bloody Marys and mimosas for those 21 and older, if you want that, too. Plus, we're going to give away great prizes. They're going to give us room nights, spa services, dining cards at the Konakai Resort, Maui Jim sunglasses, Olakai sandals. We're going to have a great giveaway there, too. So check it out this Saturday. Don't miss it, 7 to 9 a.m. at the Konakai Resort on Shelter Island, right there. Just go to the end of Shelter Island. You can't miss it. Park on the street. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
And then walk into the resort. We're kind of going to be in the middle of the resort. If you walk straight toward the water at the entrance of the parking area at Konakai Resort, that's where we'll be, right there in the area that by the docks, overlooking all the docks there at Konakai Resort.
Cool.
It's going to be a fun time next Saturday. Come join us.
All right. Well, with that, it's time to find out what's going on in the water. It's time for our FishDope.com report with the man, Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide. And today, the Catch Report sponsored in part by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength and durability. And with the local tuna season going on right now, you should get that Gamakatsu Nautilus Circle Hook. It is your go-to hook. It has the strength and durability, as well as the right design to make it easy to pin on your bait and put your fish on the deck. Get Gamakatsu Nautilus hooks at your favorite tackle store. Let's talk to the man, Dave Hansen. What's up, Dave?
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hey, I'm down here in Cabo San Lucas. We're in that Bisbee's offshore tournament right now. We're just about to drop the lures in the water, so I'm going to make this as quick as I possibly can.
That's awesome.
Fishing over at San Clemente Island, absolutely insane. That big bluefin showed up again on the backside of the island there. There was some very good scores yesterday back up the backside of the island. If you're lucky enough to get some live squid, it makes all the difference in the world, but they are biting the fin bait back there. And it's like on that 100-fathom curve up around the dunes area on down to the middle of the backside of the island. That's a good thing, too, because that area very rarely gets closed by the Navy. So you can go over there and get some of that fish if you guys find the right weather window. It looks pretty good. Big news, though, is that yellowfin tuna still biting in front of Dana Point. Calvin was out there yesterday on Helena. He put together a nice day. He had like 12 people. I think he ended up with 30-something tuna for his 12 guys. And it's not that little tiny fish, guys. It's that 15 to 25-pound yellowfin. And when you find the right school, it kind of wants to bite. We had a very, very good score on Wednesday night there. At 4:15, we got bit until 6:30 at night. I had 4 guys. We ended up with 22 fish, up to 30 pounds. So there's still good fishing down the line there, yellowtail fishing for those day and a half boats. It looks like it's very, very good. I'm watching the fish counts from down here. So all I can tell you guys is you got to get out and you got to go fishing.
Yeah, man, you got to get out fishing. And how's the outlook for the blue marlin and black marlin down on the Bisbee?
Well, yesterday was a phenomenal day, Pete. There was 6 qualifiers weighed in yesterday.
Whoa,
6
geez.
qualifying marlin weighed in for the tournament yesterday.
That's over 300 pounds each, right?
Yes, sir. It got to be 300 to be weighed in, and there was 6 fish weighed in yesterday, and there was no short fish weighed in. And there was also some bigger tuna caught. The biggest tuna right now in the tournament is 224. But
wow.
we're going to fix that today.
Go get him, Dave.
Get him, Dave. And, hey, if somebody wants to go fishing with you, how do we find you?
Well, good luck trying to get a hold of me. I'll be down here for another week and a half, and then I'm going to go on vacation over there to Las Gorillas for another week, and then I'll be back in November to go catch some lobsters. But you can give me a call at 949-374-0786. And, Rick, I am 110% in with you. I told Jason I'm down here. I can't get a call to you, but I'm in. You take care of what you need.
That's awesome, buddy. So that we're talking about tackle days. Where you can't have a lineup of seminars without having a Dave Hansen seminar.
Seminar? Are you kidding me?
How could you not? Yeah, how could you not have that?
All right.
All right, Dave. We'll have a great trip down there. Go get us a big one.
Like that?
One more time, Dave.
All right, guys. Thanks. Talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks a lot. Dave Hansen. Of course, you can get all Dave's information like that stuff that he had on the bluefin, the yellowfin right off Dana Point. FishDope.com is the #1 source. You got to have it. If you're fishing anywhere, FishDope.com is an absolute must. Hook up now. All lowercase, no space, lowercase, no space. Hook up now is your $20 code for a new membership to FishDope.com. Check it out. FishDope.com. Got to have it for sure.
All right. Well, let's jump back into the phones. We've got another guy we haven't talked to in a while. That's our man, Captain Al Clowers, is on the line. What's up, Al?
Hey, good morning, guys.
How you doing, Al?
Good, man. I was getting over the flu, but I'm doing a lot better now. I just wanted to call in and give Scott a shout-out, and I let everybody know he's been my insurance guy forever, too, on my saltwater boat, and I love it. He takes really good care of me on that.
Well, thanks, Alan, and good fishing with you on your boat. before I got my own. I mean, every time I go out with you on the boat, we always do well, and you run a top-notch charter operation. And even with the kids, my grandson just loved going lobstering with you that one time.
Cool.
He still talks about it.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of. I was really busy last week, and it was all kids and families. And one day we got on a bunch of them little yellowtail down off of ID, which was a fluke. I was going to the pipe, just the bottom, and there was a bunch of yellowtail under seagulls. There was no white terns. They were boiling under seagulls down there.
Huh.
I had a 5-year-old and an 11-year-old on the boat, and they all got limits of those yellowtail,
Nice.
Lobster fishing's been good. Scott, you got to get that Parker right up next to the rocks, buddy.
I'm finding a couple of
I think
spots.
he's doing just fine the way he's doing.
Yeah, I've been fishing right up next to the rocks with my boat. It's pretty treacherous, but we've been getting some bugs. And then, hey, I got something that I was going to call in. About 3 weeks ago, I had a charter in the bay, and we're smoking the spotties, and they get tired of that stuff every now and then. The guys say, hey, can we catch any bigger fish? I'm like, well, we can go wind some sticks around and try to get some bigger sand bass. I rolled over in front of the pier in the first cast, showing the guy to cast it, and I fired it way out there and let it go to the bottom, just folding it back. And I was doing something else. All of a sudden, he's hooked up, and I go, man, that's a nice fish. I said, man, that rod, I thought it was a big halibut for a minute. Then it went from a halibut to a bat ray, and then about 50 minutes later, I thought for sure it was a bat ray. And all of a sudden, the guy says, hey, there it is. I turned around, it was an 80-pound black sea bass.
In the
no
bay?
kidding. Really? That's
bay,
cool.
right off the clam beds off Crystal Pier. Yeah, I couldn't really get any good pictures because you can't take them out of the water. But, yeah, it was 80 pounds. I estimated at least 80 pounds. It was a monster.
Nice.
No kidding. That's cool.
Biggest black sea bass I've ever seen in the bay. I don't know if you guys have heard any bigger ones. And I've caught a 15-pounder before, too. But
I saw 25 in the bay one time, but nothing of that size.
this thing was insane.
That's rad, Al.
Picture. Yeah, it was cool.
Great, Al. Well, if somebody wants to go fishing, I know, CaptainClowers.com, right?
Yeah, CaptainClowers.com or 49800-FISH.
Yeah, and you go fishing with Captain Al, you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Either hooping, fishing, whatever. Al does a great job. Thanks, Al, for the report.
All right, you guys, take care.
All right.
Thanks, Al. All right, let's jump back into the phones. They are jam-packed. Literally, the only single phone line open right now is a toll-free number. It's 877-792-1090. Let's talk to Ed. He's calling us from Mira Mesa this morning. Good morning, Ed. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, guys. I have a question for Scott. How much money in that can you save by bundling everything? And also, is an umbrella policy necessary? Maybe for your house or something like that?
The amount of money you can save bundling goes anywhere from 10 to 50%, depending on
Really? That much?
Yeah,
Jeez.
depending on the company, what company you're with, and what company I'm shopping with.
Boat, home,
auto, the whole 9 yards. Umbrellas, that is one of those things that it's basically what makes you sleep well at night. If you've got a fairly significant net worth, I recommend having $1 million umbrella over things because it's just a litigious society. But at the same time, when you start looking at higher levels of umbrella, it's like, well, how big of a target do you want to paint on your back for the attorney who might sue you? If they see you've got $1 million policy with $1 million umbrella, they're going to sue you for $2 million. They see you've got a $6 million umbrella, they're going to sue you for $6 million. Yeah,
Can they find that?
What's that?
They can find that. They can see what kind of coverage you have.
Oh yeah. They'll get your policy.
Really?
They have the right to see all that stuff and get all the information. I've been in many a deposition. I just actually was in a deposition a couple weeks ago on an insurance issue, just because the attorneys are suing and they want to make sure that this coverage was there and that coverage was there and those types of things.
Yeah.
But it's possible. But the savings you can get a lot of times when you bundle things together can be very significant depending on the company. I mean, I know a few that automatically, if you do home, auto, and boat, throw a 30% discount on top of the boat right off the bat.
Period.
Wow.
That's
30% off the boat.
Right.
Wow. That's significant. Hey, Ed, thanks a lot for the call this morning. You better call Scott over at Snapp. And Scott or John, right?
Yes.
You guys do it all.
John's there more often than I am.
You're like wrapped up in politics most of the time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, John, what is the number over there? What if somebody wants to get a hold of you? Is it best by email, phone? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, our phone number is 619-908-3100. You can also reach me at John, JOHNT, at Snapp with 2 P's, SNAPPINS.com.
SNAPPINS.com.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, let's jump back into those jam-packed phone lines, Rick.
Sounds good to me. How about this time we talk to Bernard? He's calling us from San Diego. What's up, Bernard? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, Bernard.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody.
Good morning, Bernard.
Yeah, wondering, is it lobster season yet?
Yeah, it is lobster season right now, and in fact, Sherm went out lobstering the other day, right?
Yeah, no, it's been very good since the beginning of the season. Went out, we had 3 guys on the boat. We had 15 of them, and one was pushing 4 pounds. I tell you that the key, though, is finding the right current, the right structure, and having a lot of bait. I mean,
what's the right current?
I like it where it's a moderate tide, not a super heavy, not like a 6-foot swing. You get a big 6-foot swing, and there's so much stuff that can drag your hoops and your buoys and everything away.
Big kelp float grabbing your line and sucking it under.
Oh, yeah, we went a couple nights after opening night, and there was a big tide swing like that. And next thing you know, you set your 10th hoop, and you turn around, you look behind you, and the first 2 you set are taken off down the bay because they've got kelp wrapped around them.
Yeah.
So I like a moving tide, but about a 3-foot swing, or to me is perfect. Makes it for ease of hooping, and then lots of bait. I mean, when I put my tubes in the water, they are jam packed and
What do you use?
I prefer, if I have it, to use skipjack or bonita.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it would be in descending order: skipjack, bonita, mackerel, sardine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Stinky stuff.
Stinky stuff and lots of it.
You said tubes. Got to be tubes?
Yeah, I used to do all the kayak hooping and that kind of thing, and I got into a tug of war one time with a couple of sea lions in the dark who scared the you-know-what out of me because they had an opportunity to get to my bait in those old bait cages. So what I did is, Promar makes those tubes.
Yeah.
Promar makes awesome tubes.
That's what I use, too, are the Promar tubes. I love them.
I went down and got some ABS plastic, the really thick black stuff, and put some caps on there with some eye bolts sticking out the end, drilled a bunch of holes, and made some of my own that are a little bit bigger and hold more bait. That was the main reason for going. And they're so strong, I could drive my truck over them, and you're not going to break that pipe. So.
Yeah, sea lions aren't going to get
Sea lions aren't going to crush that one.
For sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right, how about we jump right back into them and talk to John, calling us from Long Beach. What's up, John? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, John.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I wanted to ask the insurance experts there, do you do contractors' liability also?
John?
We love contractors' liability. Yes, it's a big part of what we do. We can help you with your liability insurance, workers' comp, property, inland marine.
All that stuff.
Yeah, because we kind of have a lot of it. We got employees. We go out and do work, and we have to get additionally insured certificates to some of the other companies we do. I'm sure you guys do all that stuff.
We do that every day. Absolutely. We actually have a department. We do so much construction business. We have a department of, I think at this point, 6 people that do nothing but issue certificates of insurance all day long. We understand that in your business, timing is important. Those documents need to get out so you can get on a job site. And we take that very seriously. So, yes.
Yeah, some of the places we work at, unless they have that in place, we can't even walk on the job site to even go look to. We can't even go on the property, basically.
That's correct.
Yeah, so you get them out right now.
Okay, so if we just called you and told you what we had and showed you everything that we got now, you could kind of review it and say, yeah, it's good, yeah, it's not, add here, take off there, that type of thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love to help you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Give your information again, John.
All right. Again, John Toon, Snapp & Associates, 619-908-3100.
All right. Very good.
And also make sure whenever people do call the office that they reference they were listening to us on the show and heard you on Let's Talk Hookup, just so we can kind of track things.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Good to know where it comes from.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Thanks, John.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump back into the phones.
All right. How about this time we talk to Jim? He's calling us from Hamul this morning. What up, Jim? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen. How's it going today?
Hi, Jim.
Excellent.
Hey, my question of back to the FMM visas.
Right.
There was talk when they were going through all this, trying to get everything dialed in, that there was going to be a 6-month or a year FMM visa.
Right.
Is that still alive, or is that dead, or what's the story on that? Many a times we're down south and coming back to salvage a trip, you want to stop and get some rockfish and this and that, and can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Unless you have the visa, and there's a lot of times we're offshore we don't have it.
Right.
So was that, like I said, is that still an ongoing deal they're trying to get past, or what?
Yeah, we've been discussing it with the people that we were discussing it with the first go-round. The sense of urgency doesn't seem to be there now that the process is in place the way it is now with the electronic version. You can go online and do all that kind of thing. I think the people on the other side of the border, the sense of urgency isn't quite as there as it was before, but we're still working on it, and we're still trying to get it, because at the end of the day, that's to me, that's the way that it makes the most sense.
And I think the Mexican government would make more money with a 180-day or a 12-month visa if they put that in place, because guys like Jim and myself and Rick would buy that every 180 days.
Amen.
You wouldn't go fishing without it because of exactly what Jim's talking about.
Right. The multiple entry visa is the thing we've been trying to work on. We've got the one process in place, and we're still working on the multiple entry, but it just seems to have slowed a little bit because of the other process that's in place.
I can't even tell you the last time I bought an FMM, because we've been fishing offshore, and you don't need it.
Same.
Versus I would have one today, and they'd make more money with that 6-month visa if they had it. So
yeah, and there's some people on the other side of the border that understand that. It's just trying to get everybody to embrace it. And I think with a little more education, a little more persistence from us, I think they'll get there.
Process.
You bring up a really good point, though, Pete. I wouldn't have put that factor in at all. I mean, all summer long, I haven't bought I'm one of those guys. I play by the rules, and I buy my visa every time I go. And there was not a lot of coastal fishing for us this year, and I didn't buy many visas at all this year. But I would have, and I would still gladly pay for a full year thing. Whatever the price is, I'm sure it would be a fairly hefty fee. I would do it in a heartbeat just for the ease of not. That makes a really good point.
Well, I've had my new Parker from Kevin up there at West Coast now for almost 3.5 months, and haven't been to the islands, haven't been into Mexican waters, had no need for it. But if, like you said, if it was a 180-day visa, I probably would have purchased it already, just assuming that I was going.
Exactly.
We'll see if we can revive that thought there, Jim. Good point. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. Phones have been very busy, but we do have a couple open phone lines if you want to get through right now. It's on our toll-free number, 877-792-1090. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
Saturday, November 5th, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. It's our largest sale ever. Plenty of seminars by saltwater experts, incredible deals on tackle, closeouts we've never offered before. Plus, over 20 tackle manufacturers representatives like Shimano, with great reels like Talica, Tranks, Trinidad A, and Twin Power. We also have a great selection of the new Terramar rods by Shimano. Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing will have unbelievable pricing on tackle, clothing, and accessories. There is also a huge raffle, best ever tackle bargains at Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 5th.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial. I think most of you get that I'm a fisherman and work with the fishing community, but to understand exactly what Sport Fishing Financial does, ask yourself these 4 questions. First, do you really know how much money you'll need in order to retire comfortably? Next, do you know how much you'll have to save on a regular basis to reach that number? Do you have a process that includes a proven investment strategy and confidence that the money you save will grow? Last, do you have a plan for how to turn your savings into retirement income? If you don't have good answers to these questions, you're not alone, but you should, and I can make sure you do. In addition, if you own a business and currently provide or are planning on providing a retirement savings plan for yourself or your employees, we should really talk. We offer an outstanding variety of creative solutions that are sure to meet your needs.
Some of our listeners may feel overwhelmed. Others may believe they are already doing the best they can. In either case, I bet Rick can help. Set a time to meet with him and start planning for your personal or business investment success. Find Rick on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com or give him a call at 949-481-1807. Want to catch the yellowfin tuna of a lifetime but don't have weeks at a time to commit trying? Then check out Journeyman Sport Fishing in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Based in Nuevo Vallarta, Journeyman offers an angling dream come true. Outstanding world-class fishery, immaculately maintained and outfitted boat, ultra-limited competition at the rail, and a Journeyman crew that has the experience and passion to make your angling dreams reality. A 2.5 day trip offers 2 full days of fishing from sunup to sundown and only requires 4 days away from your other commitments. In the 2013 season, Journeyman landed dozens of yellowfin over 200 pounds and several over 300. Choose the trip that fits your schedule. 2.5, 3.5, up to 8 days of the ultimate fishing for giant yellowfin tuna. For complete details, check the web at journeymansportfishing.com or contact 619-571-1979. Journeyman Sport Fishing, where angling dreams become reality.
If the fish are biting, I'm on my boat, rain or shine. Of course, I wear my life jacket. It's like wearing a seatbelt. Clip it on, grab my tackle box, and hit the water.
Love California, Boat California, Save California. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Lobster season's here. It's time to gear up with the best in the business, Promar. Based in SoCal, Promar knows lobster and makes everything you need to catch these tasty critters. The Promar guys are hardcore lobster fishermen and have all styles of hoop nets, including the new Ambush XL 36-inch rigid hoop net, the largest allowed by law. Visit Promar on Facebook or on the web at promarnets.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
The best NFL coverage is right here. San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
All right, we're talking insurance, we're talking fishing, all kinds of good stuff with Scott Sherman and John Toon from Snapp Insurance, SNAPP Insurance. Check them out. They are good at what they do. So let's go ahead and jump back in the phone.
You got it, man. We're going to go to Pete calling us from Lancaster. Pete's a first-time caller. We always say first-time callers go right to the front of the line. Good morning, Pete.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Good morning.
Hey, I got a question for you. I know I live in Lancaster, and I'm going to go fishing out of Ventura. I'm new to this area, so I'm wondering, what boat do you guys recommend?
Boy, is Pat Cavanaugh up there now?
I believe
he's on his way.
I believe the boat is back up there. Or yeah, I know they. I think the boat is either there or just returning because just the other day we kind of waved goodbye to the guys at Fisherman's and the boat head up there. So I don't know if they're starting their fishing schedule. A lot of times when the guys will make transit, they'll do their boat work and then they'll start fishing. So I'll see if I can hop on the website and get some confirmation for you. But that would be a great call.
Pacific Dawn is the name of the boat. And I believe he's out of Ventura Sport Fishing there, and he is a phenomenal skipper, and Pat is a great guy. I know he just put a brand-new generator in. He keeps that boat in pristine condition.
I think it's so killer.
Yeah.
It's always clean, always on the fish. That Pacific Dawn's awesome.
Yeah, so check that out, Pete. Pacific Dawn out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Thanks a lot for being a first-time caller with us. Please join us again.
How about next up, we talked to Kalani calling us from San Diego this morning. What's up, Kalani? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, Kalani.
Hey, guys, great. And Scott, I was wondering, this insurance, is this just for boats or cars, houses?
Now that we're combined over with Snapp, we can we do everything but financial planning, basically estate planning. So we can get you any type of insurance you want. I think now with the combination of the two of us, and we're well over 100 different companies, I would think, at our disposal at this point.
Wow.
So, I mean, it gives us a lot of options to start shopping around. So home, auto, business, workers' comp, life, health, you name it, we can do it all.
Retirement too, or?
What was that?
Retirement, is that what you meant by financial?
Retirement?
Yeah, that's the one thing that we don't really do is financial planning, retirement stuff. But I think what is
Scott,
it? Rick on that show does that kind of stuff.
Sport Fishing Financial, sportfishingfinancial.com. Our good buddy Rick, great guy and a great fisherman. He's your man for that, Kalani, is the retirement stuff.
But other than retirement and financial planning like that, we can do everything else.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
And just to go back on the previous, Pacific Dawn is up there scheduled to run an overnight trip tonight. So you can, so they're definitely at Ventura Sport Fishing and already running. And that was a really good call on your end. And if you wanted to get a hold of Ventura Sport Fishing, they are 805-676-3474. But yeah, good call on Fishing with Pat for sure. Hey, let's jump right back into the phones. This time we're going to talk to Cy, calling us from Escondido this morning. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning. I was calling because I was looking at purchasing a boat in the East Coast and trolling it back home. Wondering what's the process probably in getting insurance since I don't have a boat over here. So how do I get a quote and also just to protect myself driving cross country with the boat?
Good question.
Yeah, get all the specs for the boat. We can get you a quote for the boat once it gets here. But I tell you, if you're going to are you going to pull it yourself from the East Coast trailering, or are you going to have a company trailer it for you?
I was thinking I would, because it'd be the first time I traveled cross country, so just to do it. So
kind of a cross
you
country
got to
experience.
throw two together.
Is it possible if he purchases the boat to
get
that insurance?
It becomes very difficult when you're going across multiple states and those types of things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it becomes more difficult. We can probably.
Do it?
I can probably find something that'll be a surplus company and take a little bit of extra time. That's why I was asking about a moving company, because a lot of times they'll have the insurance in place and you just have them do it. Everything is off of your hands and they have the insurance for the freight side of things.
But his car policy would not cover that trailer.
That's going to be a problem going across that many states and different jurisdictions and different coverages and those and coverage areas and those types of things.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it'd be safer to have a company doing it?
Yeah, I always recommend if you're going to trailer it across the country, have a you can always do it and take your chances, but if you really want to make sure that you've got the right coverage in there, get a company to ship it for you, make sure they have the proper freight coverage in place.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, very good.
Good question.
Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. But if he does need insurance, he could call you guys at
call
Snapp
us and we'll see what we can do.
See what you can find.
We have so many markets, we can start shopping it all over the place. But the easiest and most peace of mind way is to have the freight companies who deal with it all the time.
Yeah,
insure it.
And it's surprising. I was really surprised when I was looking at shipping boats. It's not that expensive when you start to compare how much it costs to drive across the country.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It's not as much as you would think.
As you would think. Yeah, for sure. Let's go jump back in the phone.
You got it, man. How about we talk to Chuck, who's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Good morning, Chuck. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Chuck.
How you doing? I got my 17-year-old fishing with me now, and I got the green light to go again. So we've been on 4 trips. Finally hammered his first yellowfin, and it was on this little jig. And the deckhand's going, no, you can't catch on that. And first fish of the day. So it took 4 trips. I was so worried, not getting a fish. But the important thing you learned was how hard it takes to be a good fisherman and stick at the rail. And, it finally came through. So we're going to all of my favorite boats. The producer finally landed his first fish. He caught 7 yellowtail that day. Had to give some away to some people that didn't catch fish. So he's got the big fisherman heart going. And we're going out on the Thunderbird this Friday. We'll see how we do on my other favorite boat.
Right on.
The question about insurance is, how about these guys that go down on the boat like they did in San Diego when they hit the rock there, Victor? What happens to all their gear? Is that insured by the boat, or are you going to have home insurance on that, or what?
Yeah. Sometimes you're not going to get much coverage off of the boat. I haven't seen too many commercial policies like that cover other people's gear. You do sometimes have coverage on your homeowner's policy that will cover some of that things up to a few grand.
So like a rider on your, or just your homeowner's insurance policy will cover part of that.
Yeah, they'll pick up personal property a lot of times. It's like having your golf clubs in the trunk of your car and it gets stolen out of your car. The car insurance doesn't really pick up the golf clubs, but your homeowner's insurance does.
Oh, okay.
And it varies by company on how much they have outside of the premises and coverage for personal property outside premises.
So what would you look at your policy on your homeowner's policy to see how much coverage you have for stuff like that?
Find out the personal property, then you'll probably have to call your agent or start looking into the limitations of coverage in the policy, but it's probably easier just to call your agent and ask them.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things you could add to if you're in a scenario like that?
Sometimes you can increase the coverage and Then you get into stuff that can be scheduled also. If it's a high-dollar item, you schedule that on your homeowners for a little bit of extra money, but then it's covered pretty much for anything all the way up to I lost the darn thing.
Sure.
Very good question, Chuck, and good for you for taking that kid fishing. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right, that's killer. How about we jump right back into him and talk to Jerry? He's calling us from Garden Grove this morning. Hi, Jerry. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Jerry. I'll find Jerry here. There he is. All right. Hi, Jerry.
Counts all year, and I've been flying solo, so I checked the counts out of Dana, and they started running a couple offshore trips, so I got lucky and got on the Clemente with just 25 other friends, and we ran offshore in our 14 miles on Friday morning. We had boils and jumpers like our aquarium, and they're real picky to bite, and we were right by a skiff, and the skipper noticed that they were chunking, and they were bent hard. I mean, these guys were slaying them. So we started chunking, then we started getting boils. And I finally, after watching all the show and no going, the rent-a-rotters being bent and screaming, not knowing what they're doing, I finally threw a bait right on a boil and got bent. So I broke the ice on the 17-pound yellowfin this year. So it was a nice day on the water. Skipper worked hard, and it was really clean boat, the Clemente, and had a great time. It was special, but
that's
man,
awesome.
They were driving me crazy, though. I mean, they were just jumping up and waving and jumping out of the water and waving, having a good time. But they were real selective what they were biting. They were eating 20-pound with a number 2 on a ring hook. That was it.
So that was on the Clemente out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing?
Right.
Nice. And
That's cool.
Interesting that you said the chunk, because last year,
no doubt, man.
I remember last year, you all the great live bait, and then you throw a chunk in and you get bit. That was like, okay, if that's what they want, we'll give them a chunk, right? But interesting you say that it switched back over to the chunk now. So we better try that next time we
keep
go
in mind.
out.
It's been a weird year all the way around when it comes to tuna fishing.
It's tuna fishing, right? Hey, Jerry, thanks a lot for the report this morning.
How about next up we talk to Richard, who's calling us from Monrovia. Hi, Richard. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen. First, my lobster report. Got out finally on Friday night and Redondo Beach, 80 feet of water, and my limit and the average 4 pounds each.
Whoa, monsters!
Yeah,
man, you guys.
I was cleaning lobster all day yesterday. So
nice.
Working my butt off the following day.
You guys have such an advantage there in the Santa Monica Bay, having it closed to commercial fishing. If you find the right spot, right?
Oh, it was structure, deep water. Only one other boat out there by me, so it was a paddle. I got to say that, but it was worth it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And the weather's nicer actually offshore sometimes there with the wind, so
yeah,
made
good
it
job.
nice.
Good job.
On insurance for like vehicles and stuff, driving to Baja, what happens if you're taking a trip down there and you have like a flat tire, vehicle's slightly damaged? Is that taken care of if it's not an accident necessarily, but it causes some issues with the repairs down there, or is that just considered a standard loss on your own part?
I wish my wife was here right now to answer that question. She's the expert on the Mexico side of things. My assumption would be, and you know what happens when you assume, but my assumption would be that that's just one of those things that happens and it's not a collision-type related activity, and I don't think that Mexican insurance would cover it. I may be wrong, but my assumption is, knowing some of the Mexican coverage, is that if it's not an actual collision or accident, you're probably not going to have coverage for it.
So how would he get the answer?
You can call.
Call Snapp Insurance.
Call Snapp and ask for my wife Norma.
Norma, yeah.
And she'll get the information. I almost threw out her cell phone over the air, but I decided not to do that. I decided not to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, Snapp Insurance. Talk to Norma.
Yeah, ask for Norma,
knows her stuff.
and she knows it inside and out. And quite frankly, that's really why I'm not too up on the Mexican coverage side of things, is because she is just the go-to person. So I just ask her.
John, must be nice to have somebody in your agency like that you can refer all that type of business to, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's cool. Everybody kind of develops a different skill set when they're working in the business.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people there that we can bounce things off of. And
yeah,
that's
Norma has that.
That's cool.
Stuff.
That's really cool.
That's good, especially being so close to the border here. It's nice to be able to have all that. And a lot of people travel back and forth, and I know we spend a lot of time fishing down there. And
it's changing too in Baja now. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that people were afraid to go down into Mexico and drive into Mexico, but that whole attitude is changing. I mean, I remember it wasn't that long ago I was talking to a guy, one of the Mexican insurance companies, and we were talking about selling a Mexican insurance policy for a client to travel into Mexico, and he's like, "Oh, you're the one."
You're the one. Yeah,
because people were so afraid to go, but now it's totally changed, and people are starting to travel back down, and it's very, very safe, especially on the Baja Peninsula. It's incredibly safe.
For sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Let's head up to the Eastern Sierra to Bishop, California. Talk to Michael Schweik, Southwest
Good morning,
Council,
guys.
Federation of Fly Fishers, the big fly fishing fair. How's it going?
It's going great. Sorry, I'm calling in so late. That's why. It's been going really, really good. The weather is spectacular. People are catching fish. They're learning how to catch fish. We had actually an interesting thing happen. I don't know if you guys knew it. There was a front that kind of blew through here. And up around Hot Creek, it was blowing like 20 knots up there. Like, that's the time normally everybody goes home. And one of our guides was teaching a class up there, and he said, no, I'm going to show you how to fish in the wind. And everybody caught fish in conditions that you normally say, I'm going back to the bar.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a wind lesson.
Yeah, no, it worked out really well. Everything's been just great up here.
All right, so tell us about the highlights.
The highlights, we had Charles Jardine last night, who's a speaker from the UK, who, if you're not even into fly fishing, you have to love the accent and the humor of the guys from over the pond. It was great. So we had our fundraiser last night with the auction and awards. Bart Hall received the council Award of Excellence for all the work that he's done for fly fishing and for the council over, at least 25 years. That to me was a real good highlight to see Bart and Jenny there.
Wow, that's cool. Bart gets around, man. He was just in San Diego fishing, and now he's back in the Eastern Sierra.
He loves the Sierra fishing.
Yeah, he does, no doubt about it.
I'm not sure he got into any fishing. I think it was more of the issue that Jenny said, we're going up to the Eastern Sierras, and he said, why? She said, you're going.
Yeah, that's cool. What a beautiful place, though, Bishop, California. Have a good attendance.
Yeah, attendance has been good. We're open today from 9 to 3. We've still got some classes that people want to drop in. I know from LA it's going to be a little hard to make that drive real fast, or from San Diego, but anybody who's up here in the Eastern Sierra, it's free admission today.
Free admission? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the vendors are happy. Vendors are selling stuff. I'm looking at all the vendors right now. We got clothes and jewelry and all kinds of gear, tons of gear always.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, congratulations on a huge, successful Southwest Council Federation Fly Fishing, the annual fly fishing fair. When's next year?
Next year will probably be the same day. We have to firm it up with the county fairgrounds, but it'll be the same location, the Tri-County Fairgrounds at Bishop, and we'll get the dates to you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working with Tawny and stuff. That whole Bishop group there is just fantastic.
Everybody up here, I have to say, everything and working with the towns up here in the Eastern Sierras, and especially Bishop, has just been wonderful.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, hey, good report, and glad the Fly Fishing Fair has been such a huge success for you, Michael, and thank you for all the support you gave to Let's Talk Hookup, and we're glad to be partnered with the Federation. And by the way, we had a winner on our Palmas de Cortez fly fishing division.
Oh,
first
cool.
ever.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, Mark and Jennifer from Encino, California, won.
Delivered by hand.
Yeah, you can. Won the $100 gift certificate to the spot, Fisherman Spot, and a 3-year membership to the Southwest Council. So that's pretty neat.
You recall
what
their fish was?
It was a grouper.
Oh,
yeah,
on the fly, rad. That's
cool.
Way cool.
Nice. Yeah, but it was small.
That's all right.
I'm not going to tell you how small, but it was small.
Hey, it was still
it
was still a grouper, and it was still on the fly.
Yeah, it was on the fly.
That's rad.
And they were fishing with guide Mike down there, who's great. He's been on the show here before, and they had a great time. And the weather was perfection for fly fishing because there was no wind. Zero.
Yeah, I know. That's what you love. That's what it's like looking like outside right now. I'm looking outside here, and it's like cloudy clouds and blue and like about 60 degrees.
Man, I wish I was there.
Being Bishop right now.
The Eastern Sierra in when it's like that.
Don't you have that Let's Talk Hookup private jet that flies you?
Well, I'll have to call that up and see if we can get up there with you. Yeah. See if the pilot's available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you,
all right,
Michael.
Thanks for all your support, and glad it was a big success, Michael. Appreciate the call from the Eastern Sierra there. And hey, speaking of the Eastern Sierra, got a report from Megan at Mammoth Lakes that they freshly stocked a whole bunch of water for the final weeks of the Mammoth Lake season there. They stocked Lake Mary, Lake Mame, Twin Lakes, Lake George, Convict, Mammoth Creek, Convict Creek, and of course they're doing a big stocking program now in Hot Creek too, which is pretty cool too. So that's really great. So it's still time to go fish the Eastern Sierra. The season doesn't close until November 15th. So if you want to go fish the Eastern Sierra, make your plans. Go to visitmammoth.com. Make all your arrangements. They got special room rates right now, and they can line you up boats and all kinds of stuff. So get on it.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of getting on it, we're getting back on those phone calls. They're packed up. We're going to talk to Grant, calling us from San Carlos. What's up, Grant? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Grant.
Morning, boys. How you doing?
Good, Grant.
Good. Hey, Scott, I have a insurance question for you.
Sure.
If you have a bundled policy that you've had for many years and you've checked it a number of times and everything's good, like you talked, that might be the case, but in the particular case of the boat side of that bundle, if in fact there might be any deficiencies that another company might offer, is there ability to, and your company requires you to keep the boat in there to keep it bundled, is there ability to add to that policy through a different company?
Yeah, usually it's very difficult. You'd have to move the boat if you wanted to get the advantages of different coverage to that policy and end up losing the bundle on the other if they're requiring you to have the boat to give you that discount. It's just one of those things that you get the discount, very difficult to do. But a lot of times we can find alternative coverage that'll either equal or better what you have and get you very close to it. And a lot of times, depending on what the coverage changes are on the boat coverages, stuff that you think you really need, if everything's the same and you enhance the boat coverage and it's an extra $30-$40, and sometimes it's worth doing that.
John, how often should you review your insurance, your whole package for boat, auto, home?
That's a good question.
Everything.
Yeah.
I think it's good to review probably every 2 to 3 years.
Every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Just go over with your agent.
Call up, make sure your replacement cost evaluations are accurate, or if there's changes. Scott was talking earlier about homeowners insurance, and there's personal article floaters. I mean, there's certain things that you have coverage for on a home, but the values are limited, and jewelry is a really good example. So if you're buying jewelry or any piece that exceeds, maybe $3,000, you need to go and have that scheduled on your homeowner's
scheduled on your policy.
Right.
Pictures would help. And
pictures,
like
appraisals, yeah,
right.
Especially wedding rings and those types of things.
Good call.
Better to have it appraised. And you're going to pay a little bit extra on your premium, but then the causes of loss expand dramatically to where I lost the thing. I was at the ocean and it came off and it's gone forever and it wasn't stolen or all these other limitations. Yeah. If it's scheduled, it's covered that way.
Very good call, man.
Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what Lucky Guy's got himself a complete AFCO clothing performance package as well as that 3/4-day trip on the San Diego. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
Get it all at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing had you covered with several boats, including the new Blackjack, perfect for 2 to 4 anglers, and the Impulse that will carry up to 6 anglers in comfort and style. Dana Landing has a huge tackle shop with everything you need to go fish bay bass, tuna, or marlin, plus expert anglers on staff to help. They even have Mexican and California fishing licenses and reel repair. The deli at Dana Landing is a local's favorite with all the food, ice, and beverages you need. When it comes to freshwater tackle, East County Bait and Tackle is the spot for a great day on the lake. The ultimate in rods and reels, the latest freshwater lures and live bait. ECBT has a staff second to none when it comes to sharing their passion for fishing. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview in Lakeside, and Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check DanaLanding.com for more details.
Saturday, November 5th, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Our largest sale ever. Seminars by saltwater experts, incredible deals on tackle. Over 20 tackle manufacturers like Costa, building high-quality polarized eyewear for serious saltwater anglers. Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 5th.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 55 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built for ultimate performance on the water. From our next generation fishing shorts like the Tactical Camo or Stealth shorts to our Aft Block sun protection shirts like the Fish Ninja and Samurai Sun hoodie, the entire AFCO clothing lineup is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and designed with functional features to deliver top performance for the demanding angler. Visit www.afco.com to find a dealer near you.
It's time to get outside on the east side and celebrate fall colors, arts, culture, and recreation in the Eastern Sierra. From now until the first snow, there are a variety of activities that capture the essence of autumn. In addition to enjoying fall color viewing, the season hosts fishing derbies and biking events to theater performances, a kite festival, and art festivals. Check out the Outside on the East Side details on the Fall Colors page at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
Are you feeling that itch to get out on the water? Come fishing on the American Angler and reacquaint yourself with some familiar faces and make new friends. Captain owners Brian Kiyohara and Sam Patella take pride in every aspect of the American Angler operation, from their loyal and trusted crew to the sashimi-grade fresh fish you'll take home. It's easy to find a vacation that fits your schedule. We have everything from day and a half to 10-day trips and longer. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. We want you to become a part of the American Angler family.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. You're at the winner of the AFCO Full Clothing Performance Package, as well as a 3/4 day trip on the San Diego, going to Richard in Monrovia. Richard, congratulations. You're going to be stoked with your new gear.
Indeed. Scott Sherman, John Toon, Snapp, F-N-A-P-P Insurance. Thank you, guys. Great show.
Yeah,
a lot of questions about insurance. And if somebody wants more information, wants to follow up on some of the things we talked about, John, how do we do that?
You can call us at 619-908-3100. We also have a website, www.snappassociates.com, or my email, johnt@snappins.com. And if I'm not the person you need to talk to, I will get you in touch with the right person.
Very good.
Awesome.
Good
job,
fun, guys. That's
Thanks.
cool. Thank
really
you,
good
guys.
show, and really good show next Saturday. We'll be live at the Konakai Resort on Shelter Island. Lots of great stuff at that, and lots of giveaways, free breakfast, and more. Come on down and join us next Saturday at the Konakai Resort, 7 and 9 a.m. And then next Sunday, we're back in the Mighty 1090 studios with Captain Frank Lopresti from the Royal Polaris. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week right back here on the Mighty 1090.